Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Brandon here, and we have
Tyrone in the building. Feel me?
Tyrone. You already know. And this is the Daily Dilemma. We on episode 3, episode 003. It's a special episode. Very special episode. Very happy to make it to episode 3. Really didn't think we was gonna make it past episode 1. But I'm really glad. I'm really glad that we're here. I'm really glad that we're doing this again. This has become one of my favorite parts of my week. And I'm glad that, honestly, I get to talk to everybody. We're working on a couple things. This episode isn't like the last 2 episodes. It's not centered around, current events, per se, but this episode is the blackout episode. You know what I mean? Like I really, we're going to talk about being black, living black.
Not that dark, but
You know, it's the light. It's the light that says your beard is black. We're gonna talk about being black, living black, loving black, and not loving black. We're gonna talk about all of that. Yep. We're gonna get on that.
I need you to get your shit off with that one, bro.
Yeah, I have to. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
But special shout out to everybody who have shared us, reposted us, liked our stuff, have checked us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any podcast, YouTube. Special shout out to our first time listeners. Thank you for checking us out. Shout out to everybody who's returning. Thank you for sticking with us. We're gonna try to keep this going. Appreciate you for real. We're gonna try to keep this going. We're gonna try to keep it as real and as raw as possible. And hopefully, y'all still vibe with us at the end of this episode. So, yeah. So we're gonna talk about black on this show. I really, TJ, I really wanted to in this episode talk about a lot of the main issues that I feel like we're facing as people in this in modern day America and right now. As you know, for the past 4 years, Trump has been our president, right? And for the next 4 years, potentially, he also will be our president. You never know,
bro. He lost.
Anyways.
Oh, with that shit, bro. He lost.
He lost, but it's not over until this nigga's out of office. That's how I put it. It's not over until he steps out of office. I'm not saying like, oh, he should be or he not should be, or not should, whatever. I'm just saying it's not over until they either the FBI take him out or the CIA, whatever, whoever got to take him out of office, they take him out of the office, Secret Service, whatever, or until he's there or Joe Biden's in his place. So that's the way I look at it. That's the way it is. But as like I was saying, as the past 4 years, we've been dealing with Trump. And we've seen this I don't even want to let me start off with a question because I don't want to say it because if I say it, I'm suggesting it. I don't want to suggest it. Do you believe that America has been more racist or become more racist in the past 4 years towards African Americans specifically? I'm not talking about any other minority. I'm not talking about Spanish, Mexican, whatever. Do you believe that within the past 4 years, America has become more racist? No. Elaborate on that. Elaborate on that. I feel like a lot of people would disagree with you.
I guess. I can see how, but nah. It's just I guess it's more open. I guess with social media, but this is nothing new. This is nothing new, and it's definitely not the worst we've experienced as a people. So I definitely don't want to disrespect my ancestors like that by saying like, I'm living the worst that it could be, but I'm definitely living the worst that I know.
Right.
But nah, I don't think it's been worse in the past 4 years. I just believe the people who were in the closet, people would say racist, I guess they've come out. And it's not even that more so they've coming out. It's more like more people they're realizing the stuff that they say, like those little side jokes and those little the way that
the low key like little jabs, racial jabs.
Right. Like people are waking up to that. So it's not more so like it's worse. It's like it's more of like a hypersensitive time right now.
Right. Um, yeah, I'm with you on that. So I agree. I don't think that America is more racist now than it was before. I believe that we're slowly and but steadily heading towards a less racist society. And that's present in a lot of variables. I mean, I don't all right, so let me put it like this, right? And this so I understand what you're saying. Let me get my shit off and then I'm gonna get back to you. I believe that we're headed that America is becoming less racist. I believe that slowly but surely America is becoming less racist. I still think that, of course, the acts are being recorded, are being shown, and at a higher rate than what our ancestors, of course, be it like we talking about the 60s, with the with hoses and all of that. We could talk about that stuff because that stuff did happen. There is documentation of it, but it was a lot harder back then to document this stuff than now. Just within the past year, I've seen the shit I've seen on social media when it comes to this the racist behavior. I've seen a a black man about to get burned at the stake, and I forgot. I believe this was in Oklahoma. He was about to get burned at the stake, and the white guy was recording them and was like, yo, like, what y'all doing? And he actually ended up stopping them from doing it because he'd already exposed them. They ain't have like the Klan hoods on, whatever like that, but best believe they were definitely affiliated. So and I might try to pull up the clip at some point during this. But yeah, it's definitely exposing it more, and we're being able to see it more. But I believe overall though it's happening less, and that's my belief. I don't believe that we're at a trend where it's flatline, like it's a flat line, like it's we're we're at the same spot we were at in the 60s. I don't believe that shit. But there are people out there who will say and look me in the eyes and say, hey, America is the same racist country that it was back then. Same exact things going on as it did back then, which, yes, the same, and to some degree, the same things are going on, I feel like, back in the 60s that now that happened back in the 60s, or even before then, but I don't think that the degree to which they're happening is the same. Like the Rodney King beatings is completely different, in my opinion, than the George Floyd situation. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I'm just saying, I know, and I'm gonna let you get your set off, but I'm just saying, like, seeing 6, 7 cops, I don't even know how many cops, I forgot, beat the crap out. I remember when I first saw that video, mind you, like I don't think um I wasn't like, of course, at my age now, like, my sense of awareness now during like the height of the riots in that case and everything. Neither was I with the OJ case and things like that. These are staples in like our community, as far as cases go, for black men. But I wasn't at like aware, but still, it's like we're watching two cops restrain a man, which I'm not justifying, but watching two cops restrain a man or making fun of for 8 minutes and some change on his neck, killing him, is completely different than watching 12 cops drag a black man out of his car and completely beating the crap out of him. Both horrific acts, both very, very troubling, both should not have happened. But in a degree, I don't think we've seen something like that, to my knowledge, in the public sphere. I don't think we've seen anything like that today in modern day America. Like, and not, I don't want to say modern day America, like the Rodney King situation was so far long ago. I believe it was like, I don't know. Hold on. When did,
Gotta let me go before I forget stuff.
yeah. Hold on. Yeah,
I
1992.
feel like you took what I said and
1992.
you ran you ran to hell with it.
Nah,
Literally.
nah. Listen, wait. I don't know what you mean, but I'm just saying, like 1992 is when the Rodney King situation happened. So that's not that long ago, not at all, not by a long shot, you know. But it definitely is. There's been progress made, is what I'm saying when it comes to that. But go. I'm gonna let you get your start off, get your stuff off.
Just like, the way media outlets have evolved. That's the word I was looking for, people. My bad. Just the way media outlets have evolved, and the internet has evolved, and communication has evolved with cell phones. Racism has evolved. So I would definitely not say it's less, because you bring up the George Floyd situation in comparison with Rodney King.
Yep.
Because of how polarizing both situations were, and I definitely understand that. But and
the results.
I understand that. I definitely understand that. And I want to apologize because I don't remember the man's name, but he was in his car with his girl and
Orlando Castile.
Baby. Yeah, and they shot him.
Yep.
To death.
Yep.
Right next to them. I don't want to compare deaths. It's not necessary, but it's not any easier right now than it was then. It just evolves. It evolves and it looks different. And you can bring up a certain situation and always compare what's worse here, what's worse there, but I don't know if we're any closer to what you're insinuating between like race relations, because it ain't smooth out here.
No, I mean, I'm not. So I don't want you guys to think, and I don't want you going on dangerous territory right there. I don't want the listeners out here to think that I'm saying that the race relations we're all fine and dandy, holding hands, loving each other everywhere. That's not the case.
I'm saying, all right, let me fix my words then. Let me fix my words then. I'm saying we're not even remotely close. Not even remotely close, to be honest.
So I'm gonna say, because I'm trying to figure out how to articulate what I want to say, and what I want to say in an unarticulated way is I feel like that's bull, because I feel like I'm a prime example, because I feel like
I was waiting for this.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a prime example, but in a certain way, in a way we're gonna get to later. But also I feel as though if you look at the movement, the Black Lives Matter movement, right? And this is what we was talking about before we even started, before I press record on this pod, when we was talking about the Tory Lanez line where he said, white people put BLM in their handles for us, whatever like that. That's all they did. And we was like, nah, they did more, blah, 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 blah. And I'm saying, when it comes down to it, I feel as though the support of white people in this movement and recently has been way more tremendous than in a prior. If you go 30 years back, the support, the relations there and that movement is completely different. So, like, for example, I'm not gonna say names on this podcast, but I know a girl who I used to work with who she still to this day has not stopped tweeting about the Black Lives Matter protests and supporting black and whatever like that. Like, she's white. She used to look like she's still, like, to this day, every day I wake up, I check my Twitter. Every day I wake up, I check my tweets. Boom, chick tweeted, blah, blah, blah. Don't forget, the protest still going on. All right, next day. Like, she's still, it's people, and it's not just her. It's multiple people like her. And this goes not just for white and black. This goes for all races, that all non-black people. I feel as though the race relations in America has been getting better. Now, with that being said, we are nowhere near close to where we need to be. Obviously, there are still problems. There's definitely things going on. But I think the issue, and this is my opinion on it, I think that back in the day, right, we were dealing with two issues, right? We were dealing with two issues, really, really bad, especially when I think you go back to when slaves were freed, and you know our ancestors were freed, and you really go back to your America has two huge problems. America has a race problem, and America has a class problem. And that's and I think as time goes on, right, from then, I believe we are slowly but surely seeing a downtick in a race problem and an uptick in a class problem. And I think that that there's a lot of data to support that. And I literally had some studies up earlier that I was listening to some videos and watching. But I believe as race relations get better, you're gonna see that the barrier that's really holding people back isn't gonna be our skin color. It's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be those cultures. I think it's gonna be money. It's gonna be class. It's gonna be the poor versus the middle versus it's gonna be it's that. And especially after this pandemic, where people like us were affected the most, people who have prior conditions, pre-existing conditions, people who previously didn't have bread to just throw into the stock market. Like, I mean, like the over majority, I mean, like the majority of people who are gonna make money off of this pandemic are people who had assets before. I say it like this: America is in a place where your profits, and you know, it's like monopoly. Like once you own a property, you can sell that and leverage that and do whatever you want with it, and you can kind of move it up there, you can move it down there, you might take some losses, you might take some wins, but overall you have a foot in the game. Until you have property, until you are on that level, until you're in, you don't have a foot in the game. But the problem is with lower income and minorities is we don't overall generationally we haven't been able to get a foot in the game for most of us. There are black people out there, there are black billionaires out there, there's rappers out there who are showing off their money and doing whatever the fuck they want to do, and they're not doing nothing for the culture but perpetuating that stereotype, that all we need is big chains, all we need is all of that.
Wait, but there are also ones who are doing that and also giving to the culture at the same time.
Like Rick Rose is the person I respect the most. I'm gonna be honest with you. Out of all the rappers right now, Rick Ross is the dude, and you know Drake is my favorite rapper. Rick Ross is the dude I respect. Don't do that. Don't do that. Rick Ross is the dude I respect the most. I want to meet Rick Ross.
Niggas we have to talk. We have to have a whole podcast about how Drake is your favorite rapper.
Oh yeah, we can. I could talk about Drake for like 2 hours. That would be a 2 hour long podcast, and I would literally talk about Drake and how he's the best rapper in the world. But anyway, we're gonna go and I'm talking about Rick Ross right now, which music wise, I listen to his music sometimes. He has some banging albums. Most of it is but entrepreneur wise, I would much rather hear from Rick Ross than Jay-Z. To be blatantly honest with you, Jay-Z has made moves, he's done things, but no come up is more interesting to me than Rick Ross. And his like he's making moves. He just spent $1 million and bought like I don't know, you know how many acres in Georgia of land that he's building on. I mean, if you look at his house and you look at his Wingstop, how he took Wingstop as his baby, bought it out and then nurtured it, and then now made it to what it is today. Like that's crazy.
I just had Wingstop 2 days in a row.
Right. And I'm like, if any place I'm getting wings from, it's definitely gonna be Wingstop if there's one around here, which is not. I think the closest to me, sadly, is like
in Connecticut.
It's in like Willimantic or something like that. Wherever Yukon is stores. It's in stores, I think it's the closest Wingstop to me. Or maybe Boston might be the closest one to me, which they're like the same distance. But anyway, back to what I was saying, like race relations is, I believe that race relations is getting better in America. And I think,
why do you think this, Brandon?
I think this because if you look at things like, if you look at things, what is that face? What is that face for, man? Yo, for listeners and just listeners out here, I wish y'all could see. I wish I could see his face. I think because there's things. Friendships. That yeah, we don't have segregated. A lot of segregated areas. Or for most, we don't have segregated. There's an uptick in interracial marriages are is a sign of that. Which I personally am embarking on one. And I'm in an interracial relationship right now. I have, it's not something to snap for. I mean, thank you, I appreciate it, but it's not.
No, because you're getting married. My bro's getting married.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
definitely the snap and clap for.
Thank you, I appreciate it, yo, dude.
But besides that,
there are. I believe that race relations in America is slowly getting better, and that's the best way to go at it. I want to shift, unless you have anything else to say to piggyback off of. I want to shift off of this, and with me saying that race relations are getting better, I want to bring up the topic of our with race relationships aside.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that Black people are doing better today than they were doing in the past? Do you believe that Black people are doing better today than they were doing in, let's say, the 60s, or let's say the 70s, during those heavy areas? Do you think?
I feel like okay. Inflation.
Yep.
We have to take a look at inflation.
Yep.
I would start there. But to not go into that, because I don't have numbers. I just don't know. The goal of our Black, keep going with ancestors there, but that's pretty much our grandfathers and great grandfathers and great grandmothers and grandmothers. Their goals were slightly different, I would say, as the successful ones. It was more like, business oriented, more like having your own.
Yeah. Yep.
And I feel like we can say some of our grandparents and our parents, they kind of lost that. They definitely lost that.
Yeah.
There is an awakening now, especially, with everything that's going on. Everybody's starting a business now.
Yep.
It seems like the easier thing to do, so that's what everybody's doing. Which
I really want to, and I said this before. I was like, I really want to talk about this, because this is something that's been weighing heavy on me. And I wouldn't say it's been pissing me off. I don't want to say that, but because I love seeing Black people succeed. I love seeing my people succeed. I love seeing that. I don't want to undermine the effort that it takes to start a business. I don't. But I do think
you gotta do better.
I think we need to do better, of course, but we have to branch out. There is more to the world than just clothing lines. There's more to the world for Black people than just nails that you buy off of AliExpress and then eyelashes. There is more than just health and beauty that we can do. Black people have been and always is and always has been. I don't even know how to word that. Inventors. We've been survivors. And we've survived. I would say we survived only through innovation. People
think those jail meals are just some cracked up hood thing to do. Right. Man, niggas gotta eat. And it gotta have some flavor. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just I gotta hold the little one for a second.
Bring him.
Yeah.
Bring him.
Yeah, I have to hold the little one for a second. That's fine. Hey, come here, Bubby. To all the listeners, I am currently holding my son. So just for a break. So he might interject for a little bit. So if you hear him, and if you hear him, he's just a guest. He's our first guest on this podcast.
Grayson
Hogan. What's up, Bubby? But
All right.
like I was saying, like we have to find a way to branch out and not just be health and beauty. We've always been inventors. We've always been creators. Like there's so many different black developers that I know. There's so many different architects, black architects. There's so many different people and businesses, warehousing, all of these industries that are essential and that make revenue, that make large amounts of money, that are essential for change. We need to get involved in. Are you distracted by him?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
We need to get involved in. I mean, like, we have the mom and pop shops on the streets, right, that are black owned. They're being served warehouse wise by white owned companies. Why don't we have any black entrepreneurs out there who own their own warehousings, industries, and business, and they're stocking up these mom and pop shops with the products that they need? So it's black to black business transactions. Why don't we have that? And speaking of the with for warehousing, right? Oh, you want to interject? All right, go ahead.
We have had this.
We have.
Have.
In segregation, if you're talking about in segregation, are you talking about? Yes, you're right. You're 100% right. When we there's studies out there that even show we've been doing.
And what did they do?
They dismantled it. And
beyond that,
I don't know. You lost
me. They bombed niggas.
They bombed us. Yeah, you're right. They did bomb us. I just scared the crap out of them. But you're right. And I'm 100% with you. But I'm like, there's definitely like there's a trend to this. We build up. We start to do well for ourselves, and then it changes. Drake, King Drizzy, the best rapper alive, has a line that he says in Pound Cake. He says, "Took a while, got the jokers out of the deck now. I'm holding all the cards, and niggas want to play chess now." And I think that's one of my favorite lines by him. And it's so true. It's so true, because what will happen is we will figure out the game. We will work through everything that we have to work through, innovate whatever we have to innovate. And once that happens, they switch up the game. Think about it. The stock market of today is not the same stock market that it was in the past, right? Insider trading mainly and mostly benefit, which is illegal, but it mostly benefits when it gets done, because it does get done, white people. It benefits people who have generationally been able to build that wealth and invest in the market. And even now, trading that's getting done now, the African American community is not going to benefit from it. The black community is not going to benefit mostly from it. What do you call it? What do you call it, Grayson? What is it called? The stimulus checks. Thank you. The stimulus checks. Those aren't going to do anything. Those aren't, and they didn't.
$1,200 has been like 8 months.
$1,200 for 8 months. You're right, and it didn't stimulate anything.
It's like $1 a day.
Right.
Nah, I dragged it.
Yeah, you definitely did drag it. I was about to say what? Definitely did drag it. But it's just like we getting back to what I'm saying. Like, we need to branch out. And I've talked to you about my ideas and what I want to do and how I want to. I'm not taking this upon myself. I'm not trying to be like no Kanye or nothing like that. But even with Kanye, there's a lot that he needs that he could do. I want to make it my mission to branch out the black owned business. I want to make it my mission. Bye, Grayson. Bye, buddy. I want to make it my mission to revitalize or not even revitalize, to start just text me. I want to make it my mission to initiate the black tech boom that needs to happen. I can't do this all by myself, and there's definitely people out there who are already light years ahead of me, already doing black owned businesses, already doing black owned tech businesses, inventing and things like that. But there has to be more, and there's a shortage, right? We have access to YouTube, we have access to Udemy, we have access to all these other all these mediums to learn things, right? And we haven't. One thing that always has astounded me, and I'm talking a lot, but one thing that's always astounded me, and one thing that always makes me smile, is my mother when she needs work done on a house, or when she needs construction done anywhere or anything. She contacts black owned businesses. Trees getting cut down, all of that. She contacts black owned businesses. Their prices might be a little bit higher than some other dude, but she does it because it's important to keep those businesses alive. Trade businesses as well as health and beauty, clothing, all of these businesses. We need to conquer them. We need to take over them. And that's my thinking behind it. I mean, you look at Virgil, what's his name? Virgil Abloh, whatever his name is, who Abloh for Off-White. Homeboy is working for what is it? Louis Vuitton.
I have no clue, but one of them.
He's like creative director at Louis Vuitton. Why are you not branching off and doing your own stuff? And even then, why are you?
It's because they don't. I mean, they feel like the full potential of their vision is that, like, oh, I am now the creative director of Louis Vuitton, and Louis Vuitton is, they don't let niggas into Louis Vuitton. You know, they feel
right.
that it's, you're thinking of, you feel me? Like when you're bringing up a nigga like that, Virgil Abloh, Kanye West, like they really like white people.
Right.
They really do like white people. There's people like you who are gonna believe, who are gonna think in a higher aspect, who are gonna think like, why the fuck would I work for Louis Vuitton when I am bringing you? They want me to be the creative director. If I'm going to be directing everything creative, why don't I just make it myself? Like, what the hell? Why do I need them? Like, but that's not how they think. They think Louis Vuitton is the pinnacle, the top. I don't understand it, but
yeah. And my thing is like, and this is what pisses me off, you know. So I believe, and I wanna look this up as well. I'm gonna share my screen. So let me see.
Share it.
Doom. All right, share my screen. All right, you can see that.
Yes.
This is the thing that fucking astounds me, bro. So it says right here. So to make Air Jordan, I don't even know what number that is because I can't read Roman numerals that easy. Ship it and pay Michael. The total comes to about $41.30. $41.30. The 92.50 wholesale price minus $41.30 leaves Nike with a profit of $51.20. It's about 55%. So I've seen it somewhere, right? It's cost to make a pair. So on average, it costs about $30 to make a pair of shoes. Of a pair of Jordans. We both know that Jordans sell for what, in the hundreds, the low hundreds. The resale value for them are what, in the 200s, 300s. Like we both know. So when it what?
I don't know what Jordans you talking about.
What you think? Am I going am I too high or too low?
It's too low on both. It depends. I mean, you know, the coveted Jordans, you know.
Yeah.
Basically like 14 and under. If you're going above, you're a little crazy. Well, 14 and under retro colorway, if they do re-release it, you get it for like 180, the lowest, 220. And then resales like 6, 7 if you keep them right.
Right. And
it depends on, you know, of course, the colorway, because it could be like 6, it could be like 4, it could be like 12, 14.
Right. And so, and that's what I'm saying. So my thing is, and one thing one place I really mess with, I believe, I don't know if they got shoes. This is like I said, I love supporting black owned businesses, and clothing lines, right? And you have businesses like this, right? Which some of this is actually low key kind of fly. But you have businesses like this where luxury, right? You have black, shout out to Gentry. You have black luxury brands. So why would I go spend my dollar, right? My let's just, I don't know, let's see what they got, right? Why would I go spend, right? So 110 for some denim, right? Clear pocket denim.
You better hit sale. It's Black Friday.
Yeah. Oh yeah, facts. Let me get sale. Let's see. Not Ford does not exist. You know, black people don't do sales. Black people don't do sales. Black people don't do sales. What are you talking
I'm playing
about,
with
man?
y'all. I buy black, except for Starbucks. But that was in New York. I don't get Starbucks in Florida. Shit don't taste the same.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, why would I go spend all of that bread at Louis Vuitton for if not more for a designer brand created by white people, marketed at white people, but also a small section marketed at black people? Why would I do that when I can spend my money on a brand that is a black brand, black owned brand, up and coming, like this is stuff that I like. I mean, personally, me, I'm cheap. I would not spend, $50 for a snake. That snake.
Yo, what's up with the free promo right now, bro? Who is this?
I'm sorry, yo. So this is a dude I follow. I'm not. I'm gonna hop off. He's getting free promo, but I vibe with it. I'm telling you, there's a lot of black owned. There's a lot of black owned.
I could bring up a black owned. You want to bring one up?
Let's bring I got one that. Let's bring another one up.
See my skin?
Yeah. What I'm typing in?
You know what you typing in?
What I'm typing in? Let's see. Boom. Is it .com?
Yeah, it is.
Let's see.
But did you type it all in?
I did not type it in. Hold on, let me see.
Sorry, guys, we're having technical difficulties here. Put the
aroma. Got you.
Who that?
I don't even know.
That's a white-owned business.
That's what I'm talking about. .com.
They
boom.
Stole.
There you go.
Look at that. Cruelty-free, ethical, handmade with love.
Facts. And that's what I'm talking about. Like you will go spend, right? Hold on, let me find something right here. So this fall here, I'm gonna shop the fall collection real quick, right? So let's see. We got a shower gel, right? Chai tea latte shower gel, $10, right? $11. Right. Let's go to what is it? Shea Moisture, right?
I don't think they sell that stuff.
What they don't? What is it? Shampoo? The shampoo, shower gel, shower gel. They don't. Oh wait, Shea Moisture don't sell shower gel, right?
Yeah. No.
Let's see. Hold on. What is it? Curve. What's it? I'm trying to figure out something that black people like to use. A shower gel. Black people. I use whatever. I use Dove. Right, Dove. I use.
I know.
I use Old Spice.
I know Florida niggas. Right. I was just about to say.
I use Old Spice, bro. I get it at BJ's for the what you call it. For me. So you got the Dove shower gel right here at Walmart for $6, right? This is a white-owned business. Now, $6 is obviously cheaper than $10, right? But the problem with that is, one, definitely not cruelty-free. Two, right, white-owned. Not saying like white-owned is a bad thing, but it's 2020. Three, right? You have to. I would be willing to spend, and that's the thing. Like Dove isn't even like we talking about like luxury, everyday brands, right? You have a brand like Aroma Delights where you can come here and you can grab a chai latte soap bar, things like that. Like these are
other things than chai latte.
Another thing than chai latte. I might cop this sugar cookie. That sounds.
But also the difference is the natural ingredients used,
right?
And
right.
The healthiness for your skin.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. And so when it comes to health and beauty, right? Like I said, we capture the market, we corner the market. I believe, I forgot how much Dr. Umar says it every day on his shows. Let me see, how much do black people spend every year. I think it's like 33 billion or something like that. I forgot. He used to says it's like I forgot what we make of the consumer expenditure or whatever like that. But let's see. 17 US dollars. I can't find the exact. Give me all this stuff, man. I'm trying to figure out the, the number. We gonna come back to it. But anyway, like what I'm saying is we make up a good majority of the market. We spend a lot of money, right? We might as well put it in the right spot. But we also have to work on spreading out what we spend,
giving
do.
game, right? Spreading out, giving game, putting on
right. Like,
and I'm not talking about like giving out handouts, just like, bro, y'all be doing your mom, right? Y'all be doing your mom's dirty because she like didn't pack your lunch or some shit, or
right,
was strung out on crack. Like, damn, if she recovers, don't you not God, bro? Like, hold it down. What's wrong with y'all?
Like the homeboys that be doing Forex, right? Now Forex is legit. Forex is legit. Hear me out.
I know Forex is legit. I will definitely.
The problem is the niggas out here trying to rope you into their group for $200 a month, $250 a month, etc.
No, that's just the startup fee.
Just a startup fee.
The monthly fee is like usually like $125 a month.
You as now what we should do, right? Now what a smart person would do, right? And this is what I'm saying. What a smart person would do, who's actually for the cause, right? Because the thing is, I'm not saying you should allow yourself to become a sucker, right? From but not everything has to have direct monetary gain. If you get what I'm saying, there's definitely a benefit that's bigger than the culture. Like what I want to do, what I want to do, obviously I know how to develop. Obviously I know how to code. What I want to do is I want to start, and I'm working on it right now. I want to start a course, a free Udemy course for people to learn how to code and learn how to do, develop these things. Cause this is stuff that's going to happen. But what I'm saying is if you have Forex thing, right, what you could do is you could join, right? Get some game, figure it out, right? And then take that skill, leave that group, take that skill and go teach it to other people, other black people for a lower entry fee, a lower rate, all of that. Be like, yo, look, dude, instead of $250 to start, it's $50 to start or $100 to start, right? And then every month it's like $10, $20, right? Netflix subscription, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
The thing with that is, I believe how they frame it, or I hope how they frame it. I hope this would be smart. Is that the $125 you give a month is the money that you're investing into your brokerage account? Hopefully.
They don't be doing that.
That's not stupid.
It's not stupid. But they
that would be smart. That would be the smartest thing in the world. That would be smart because you're basically keeping your team highly motivated. You're building your portfolio clearly, and you're building your account. You're trying to make trades every single day. It is a way for you to have financial freedom, right. But you motherfuckers you gotta talk better. You gotta just frame it better. Y'all call
you gotta stop getting on people. You gotta stop getting on people.
You're calling everybody broke, and you look broke too. You look broke too.
Broke is a mindset, TJ. Broke is a mindset.
Yeah, it's a mindset. Right. I understand it. I go to work every day. I work really hard. I do this podcast. My office is y'all. I can't wait, y'all.
The reveal. You gotta do a reveal.
Definitely. By the 7th, 8th episode. Hopefully, you know what? I'm gonna do it on the 8th episode. I'm gonna give myself that time frame too, by the 8th episode, to have everything ready, because my favorite number, Kobe, all that. 8th episode.
Yes, sir.
Y'all gonna see the red wall, game chair.
It's gonna be nice. Desktops. I told you. Maybe we need to start a gaming channel. I told you this.
I'm definitely gonna be streaming, but
maybe we need to stream together. You need to start your shit, but I'm saying I'm gonna do my own shit. But anyway,
we are going to have multiple black businesses running, people, and we expect All of your support.
All of your support. We're gonna be throwing in plugs. We got to start throwing in some plugs. We're gonna start
plugging ourselves.
Plugging ourselves. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But let's shift from that topic, right? Because I think unless you got anything else to say about black owned businesses and what we need to do to expand, because like I said, this is still relating back to the first thing I was talking about, where I said are black people doing better today than they were doing back then? And I'm saying that by splitting up and taking over different pieces of the market, we can and will do better and increase our market value and thus increase our consumer dollars, etc., things like that. And that holds weight. But is there anything else you want to say before I move on to the next point?
Just like basically it's, I don't know if we're doing better, we're doing worse. I can't say because I don't know what I would be doing if I was in that generation. But it's just different. It's different, and we have to evolve with the times.
Right.
We definitely have to evolve with the times.
Right. So for our final topic, because I think we're approaching our limit. I don't know exactly when we started. But for our final topic, I want to bring up the discussion of interracial relationships. Right. Now, TJ, you are the byproduct of an interracial relationship. Am I right?
Interracial? I wouldn't go that far.
Nah, you not
intercultural.
Intercultural. Okay, so what's the all right? So enlighten me. What's the difference between interracial and intercultural? Because I know traditionally when we see interracial, we think black and white, and that's just how it is. But my thing is, what's the difference between interracial and intercultural? Enlighten me.
Well, both of my parents are black, but one is Puerto Rican. My mom is Puerto Rican.
Is she Puerto Rican and black?
No, she's Puerto Rican, but she's black.
I know black. I'm
joking. Nah, she's not one of those. She's not one of those. Not in the slightest. Nah, she looks black. Yeah. Her mother looks black. Her dad looks black.
Right.
He was light skinned, but not that light skinned. She looks black. Her hair's with everyone.
Does she identify as black, or does she identify as Puerto Rican?
Yes.
She identifies as black.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
Her and both of her sisters, everyone identifies as black.
So one thing that's interesting to me is I've been, for the past couple of days, I've been and it's been hard to listen. Go ahead.
I am Puerto Rican. I am also black.
He identifies as strictly Puerto Rican. He identifies as.
I couldn't get that off if I tried, man. My name is Tyrone.
Tyrone. It's Tyrone.
They be like, you're Puerto Rican, nigga. Tyrone. I'll be like, bro, no, it's just Tyrone. Like
Tyrone. What was I gonna say? So I've been listening to a lot, and this is I also want to dive into this topic at some point. I don't know if we're gonna fit it in, but I've been listening to a lot of the shit that they don't teach you in the history books. And one thing I learned and YouTube is a great resource. Don't let anybody tell you that YouTube is not a great resource. YouTube is a really great resource.
If you're bright.
It is if you're bright.
Not, you could be easily fooled.
Right, but YouTube is a really good resource if you know how to use it. Just like Wikipedia. Wikipedia is a really good resource if you know how to use it. People discredit Wikipedia because you can edit it, but what people don't know is that there is moderators who monitor and revert every change and fact check like 90% of it. Like, even like when they if you
I'm not gonna lie, they missed one time because I searched up Alicia Keys and they told me she died in 2006. And I don't know if because at the time that was the last time she had a good song or something, but that was disrespectful.
Facts.
I don't know about no Wikipedia.
I think, what was the last time Alicia had a good song? I don't know. I think no one is in my opinion her last. Oh wait, when did This Girl Is on Fire? When did that come out?
Yesterday, but
anyway, but
interracial relationships. I need you So basically, I want to hear. Basically, honestly, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Shoot,
How has that experience been? Like,
horrible.
just mm,
No, I'm
I don't
joking. I'm
want.
joking.
I was about to say I don't want to laugh, but
I'm just,
shit,
I'm just, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm
that caught me
joking.
off guard.
Nah, I love you. I love you, baby. If you listen to this, nah,
Nah, I didn't. I wasn't even talking about like in your relationship. I'm talking
yeah,
about like outside of your relationship. All the eyes inside of your relationship. Like
right,
when you're outside, if you're. I mean, I know it's been COVID, but
yeah,
you guys been together since before that. So
yeah. We've been
like
together for a
when
while.
you're in the mall and when you're going to eat,
Hmm.
especially at a diner in Massachusetts.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
how's that dynamic?
Even so, like even that, I will say it is something that you you don't you get a hypersensitivity to other people. Even if you don't care, you still have that sensitivity. So me, I don't give a fuck what anybody else has to say about my relationship. You know, I love my fiance. I love her to death. She loves me back. We have a beautiful family. I hope she loves me back. We have a we have a beautiful family. You know, we I would, like I say all the time, I would not be here today. Had it not been for her, I would not be who I am today. Had it not been for her. And she's gotten me through some of the most difficult times in my life. Period. I've endured more with her over these past going on four and some change years than I've endured my whole life before that. Um, so when it comes to going out shop, like something as simple as like last week we went to BJ's, and went out shopping, and there's like these eyes that are just on you when they see you, and it's mainly from white people. Um, but it's these eyes that are on you that they, like that just they look at you, and it's some, not everybody. I don't want to make it seem like it's everybody, but there's some people who is mainly, and it's mainly the older crowd who look at you, and you can tell, you can get a sense that something's off, and it's not even that it's something, it's just you get a sense that they care. You don't know why they care, you don't know how they care, but they care. And that to me is troubling, because I mean, when I see an interracial relationship or anybody like that, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't look to care. I don't, when I see it goes thing, same thing for LGBT, any other, I don't care, because your business and what you do with your life, as long as it's not something that's fucked up and affects me and affects, other and hurt anybody, I don't care. I don't care. You do you live your life. But you get that impression that, that look that they care. And being blatantly honest, and it's not, I don't want to make it seem like it's a widespread thing, I don't want to make it seem like it's a everywhere thing or every time thing, but black women too, my age, sometimes older, a lot of the times it's mainly older, it's like older mothers and stuff, they will see Kara and I, right? And there's like that a look of kind of like, yeah, like kind of like a like type, like why, and and I get it, I get it. I get it. I'm not gonna say I don't get it, because I get it. Trust me, I do. Um, is it right? I don't think it's right, but at the same time, people have the right to feel whatever the fucking way that they want to feel, and that's the way I think about it. It's also like the funniest shit that happens, and this is what I'm talking about, being in an interracial relationship, and now especially being being in an interracial relationship with the parent, being the parent of an interracial child. uh there's shit that happens where, like, believe it or not, and this is some creepy shit, people will say, oh, he's so cute, before they even see him. And I think, of course, my kid is the cutest kid in the world, but I know, and I just feel like that comment, before you can even see my kid, that you automatically think black dude, white chick, cute baby, off rip. I believe that's racist or prejudice. I don't want to say race. I think that's prejudice. There's something there that just doesn't sit well with me, And I appreciate you, and even we'll laugh about it sometimes. Like Karen and I will be like, yo, like, she didn't even see the baby. Like, she literally said, "Oh my god, he's so cute." She didn't even see the dude. And if y'all, for y'all who watching this via YouTube, you saw my son. He's cute as hell. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I love him. But it comes from a place that's like, what, you know?
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much the best way to go about it. I mean, and then there's sometimes like we'll catch, like we'll be, you know, because there's this expectation that interracial babies are just the cutest babies in the world, right? And there's of course white women out there who like black breed and they do the whole fetish shit and etc. And when we're like, sometimes we'll have them in a cart and we'll be walking, right, and in the store. It mainly happens in the store when we're shopping, and like we'll see somebody walk by us and they'll do a 360 and just turn around and look at him, and it's just like a weird moment, you know. And it's just like, why why are you, what is going on in your head that makes you think that that's cool, that which makes you think that that's okay, like that's something that should happen, you know. um it's opened my eyes up to a lot of things, you know. It really has. Of course, it didn't help that Get Out came out this like the same time that we started, you know, dating, and it just that was the weirdest time. I'm gonna be honest with you. Out of all the times, that was the weirdest time to be dating a white woman. I'm telling you right there, that was the weirdest time when Get Out came out, and it was, talk about the looks from mainly like white women and white black women. Nah. The looks was coming from the brothers. The looks was coming from like, yeah, yo. You good? Like, you good? Like, what? That's what it was coming. He was like, you good? What? You good? And yeah, bro, it's so weird.
Of course, well, not of course, but I am one of the people who don't care.
Mm-hmm. And I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for that, for real.
Well,
like,
no, it's not even that. For me, I do care. For me, I do care. I'm happy that you found someone that you really care about, and that you know you could share a relationship like that with.
Yeah.
I don't care. So yeah, again, we're back to I don't care who the hell it was. Right. It could have been a dude. As long as you didn't think it was me, I didn't care. But my personal, for me, like I couldn't see myself in an interracial relationship, and not even just like with a white woman. That's for separate reasons, and it's not even like racial.
Nah, it's
I
racist.
don't want to.
It's racist.
Nah.
It's racial reasons.
No, but like I wouldn't see myself with like a heavy like a religious, any type of like heavy religion that's not, you know, the religion that I understand and subscribe to, because like even I just don't want to have to go through changing someone, or me changing and just not being upfront or 100 about something, or
it's a process.
having to become Muslim for somebody, like that would be insane. Like that,
right.
That's insanity. And I don't know. I would never push that on people. That's just my personal preference.
What, to not be in an interracial relationship? That's your personal preference?
Yeah, to just not have to go through the hardships that come with that.
Right. Yeah. Now I get you. And I guess like I understand that view completely. Me, I mean, so and I've said this to people before, to my mom before, and I said this, and it really didn't have like no weight back then when I said it. But
when
my
you
dad,
was like 6, he was like, I want a white woman.
Nah. See, it's the opposite. I said I told my mom to her face. I said my wife's gonna be black. I told her to her face. I literally said to her, I said, Mom, my wife is gonna be black.
Just lied to your
mom. Yeah, I lied to my mom. I told her to her face, because it was a conversation that my dad and I had. We was talking about like just women in general, and like obviously like my attraction at that time was, you know, based off of the black, like the singers that I was listening to, the music, like my surroundings, who I saw on TV, etc. But I was really in love with Jill Scott back in the day. Like, I'm not even gonna joke with you. Like, back when I was younger,
that's kind of crazy.
That's crazy. I'm gonna tell you, it's crazy. All my dad listened to like he lit female wise, like musician wise, but was Jill Scott. And you know, it was like a couple other, and it was more so in love with her voice than like physical features. But at
She's
that point,
bad too.
yeah, she's bad. But nah, I'm just saying, like I was more so in love with her voice than her physical features. And like at that time, the shit that and Jill Scott's a bad woman. Like the shit that she sings about at like
she's just bad.
So the shit that she's singing
about, she's not bad.
The shit that she was singing about was like, I was like, yo, like I want that. Like, you know, like she was like, I love her. I was like, yo, I want that. Like, you know,
how
like,
old are you talking here?
I'm talking like 14, 15, bro. Like I'm not even
that's
like,
OD.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. She was talking about it was she wasn't talking about, I'm not talking about her sexual shit. I'm just talking about her like
to say, because she can get like that, but at the same time, it's, you feel me, there's a certain class to it, you know.
I'm talking about the shit where she was like this shit on her album where she was like, oh, like, you know, like I'm gonna run a bath for you when you get home. And I'm just like, dang, yo, hold up. I would love a bath when I would love
you thinking of it just as a bath for like as you older now.
When you I understand what
you feel me, like she's talking that talk, bro.
But she was like, she was
like, definitely it.
And there's a song. It's just
when I was younger, yeah. I never ever saw myself with a black woman. Ever. I always thought I was gonna be with a Spanish woman because my mom. Like I just thought I was gonna be with a Spanish woman. Yeah. But shoot, never now. I'm just joking.
If you hear that TJ discriminates against Spanish women, just putting that out there. No, I'm joking.
Not even. I discriminate against all women that are my girlfriend.
Facts. Not yo. I'm gonna incorporate an applaud sound right there, just for you to put that in there. But yeah, the same way. But like it was just shit like that. Like Jill Scott she'll be like, yeah, you know, and after the bath, I'm gonna give you a nice warm hot meal and shit like that. And I'm just like, word, like, you know, like, but I got like chicken, like all that shit, like let me get my shit together, you know. And I was literally just thinking, you know, and I'm just like, yo, I vibe with this. And I told my mom that, and my mom, her reaction really wasn't like on something like, oh, great, son, but it wasn't on something like, oh, it was just like, I expect you to. And she even like we've had a conversation back in my when I've dated my first white girl. Period.
You talk about
but yes. We had a conversation, and I just remember. I remember the look on her face. Come on, man. You gotta keep it.
I'm back. I'm back. But go ahead. Listen,
I remember what she said to me. She was at the kitchen, and my mom always in the kitchen. When she in the kitchen, she always in the kitchen. She just said to me, she looked at me, right? And this is mind you, like my mom's a great woman, right? She's a pastor, whatever. So she's off the rip. She's like a forgiving, you know, open-minded to a degree type woman. Off rip, she was just like, she was in the kitchen. She was like, Brandon, you sure? She's like, you sure you? She was like, you sure you want to be with a white woman? And I was just, and I said this today. She has nothing against, you know, like, but it was just like that question that she had to ask, right? And she had to get that off. And I was like, at that time, I was like, yeah, ma, nah, I'm sure, you know, because the thing is, like, with me, I don't, you know, and I don't.
I think I asked you if you were sure too.
Yeah, you asked me multiple. You're not the only one. Multiple people has asked me if I was sure at that time, and I was just like, "Yo, yeah, I'm sure." And then, you know, the whole
not with you, Kara.
not with Kara. No, not with Kara. Kara's a beautiful, lovely woman, and she held it down for me. My mom actually loved Kara off rip. My dad loved Kara off rip too. Like, you know, it was one of those
nice.
It was one of those moments, and it's crazy. It was one of those moments when she first met my parents. It was like, it was weird, you know, because usually when you first, you know, when, you know, you bring, you know, a girl to home to meet your parents or whatever like that, it's like this, like, it's not awkward, but it's just like you know, how
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of also like, if like your selection is too far off from like your home values.
Yes. Yep.
That's when stuff starts to go left when you bring them home. Like
right.
And at the same time, you may feel like you need to get away from your home values, and if you are in that kind of situation, I feel for you. I definitely understand that.
Yeah.
But if you're not in that kind of situation and you know you had good home family values and a good upbringing,
Mm-hmm.
don't bring that person home.
Don't
You
do
know,
that. Don't.
you know who your parents is
Right.
not gonna
Right.
really vibe with.
Yeah,
So
and with Kara, right? And this is the funny thing, right? And my mom said this to me. She said this about a year into us being together. The first year, she said, she was like, yeah, well, like I see a lot of myself in Kira. And when she said that, I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
you're an idiot.
And I'm like, nah, like no disrespect to Kira or my mom's like, what are you talking about? And then like she started talking, like I started thinking about it on the ride home, and I'm just like, I mean, yeah, like you're right. Like I can see like there's certain quality traits that I respect about my mom and that, that Kira has. And it reminds me of my upbringing. Like there's certain things that Kira does. She keeps me grounded. There's certain things like, and she motivates me to go more. Like I would not have ever gone back to school, especially not after my dad's passing, had it not been for her. So she keeps me grounded. And my mom, that was something my mom was pushing in my head before my dad passed and before everything. So at once it got to that point, I definitely wasn't about to do anything. I think we lost you.
I'm sorry.
You
The
good?
PlayStation just released on GameStop.
I got it too. You're not gonna get it. I'm so sorry. You're not gonna get it. But we gotta wrap this up. In like 10 minutes.
Now.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up. but yeah. Just it was crazy. It was crazy. I know, bro. We'll get the PS5s eventually, bro. We'll get the PS5s eventually. But wrapping up that question, when it came down to it, it what I originally was saying was, and the question I want to ask you was, YouTube is a good resource, depending on how you use it. I've been listening and learning a lot about Malcolm X and the things that they don't teach us about him in school, which is barely anything, but they don't teach us anything about what he said. And one thing that he said was that a black leader or a leader for the black community cannot have, he can say everything right, but he cannot have a white wife, because you can't believe that what he's saying is true, and you can't believe that his motives are true. And I'm asking you, do you believe that that is true? That, like, say Dr. Umar, right? As much as we know Dr. Umar, as much as he preaches that he's for the people, etc.
If
For
he
all,
had a white wife, that shit is
it'd be a
all.
dub.
I'm not believing anything he says ever.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
because of the way that he like basically just bashes white people. Like
right.
that's it'd be some type of sick fetish, honestly, if he had a white wife. Like some type of, it wouldn't even be right. It wouldn't even be right.
Right.
But to say that, I wouldn't want to go as far as like as radical as Dr. Umar, because
Yeah.
Malcolm X was not like that. I don't
Mm.
believe.
Definitely close in a lot of what I'm learning. Definitely close in a lot of their teachings. Believe it or not, I'm reading and I'm learning a lot, and it's just like some of the shit he says. I'm like, damn, that sounds like Dr. Umar. Like some of it, and it's
Wow.
not crazy stuff, but just like more along the lines of like we were more successful during segregation than we were in integration. You can't trust either the white liberal or the white conservative, stuff like that.
I definitely understand
Yeah.
that part of it, but the whole like you can't have a white wife. I mean, I definitely understand it. I definitely understand what
Yeah.
they're saying.
Do you believe that a black man who has a white wife can dedicate his life to the black community wholeheartedly?
I believe he can try. Yeah, why not? I don't believe that he will be accepted by the black community
Right.
completely, no matter
Right.
what he does. And I also understand why we wouldn't accept him.
Right.
It's there's just I don't know what it is, man. I feel like there's just too much. I don't
Conflict.
want to say. Yeah, there's too much history there with
white people.
Yeah. Man.
So do you think Kanye? Do you think so? Do you think Kanye's mission is all for nothing? Then do you? Because Kanye has been trying, suppose quote unquote, to become that person, to be that role, to quote
what, the
unquote
bridge between black and white people?
No, to be. I think he wants to be a leader in the black community. I don't think he wants to be the bridge. I think he wants to be a leader in the black community and say that he's trying to, do all these technical stuff and this cool stuff to revive, the black community and revive our people, etc. Blah 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 blah. But of course, he's married to Kim Kardashian.
It's beyond that with him. Like that's why I don't like bringing up examples of people from this generation, because too much of everything is public.
Right.
Like this man, like really capes for white people. Like
he does.
He loves white people. Like at the
what about a black man that hates white people but has a white wife and wants to be the leader of the black community?
You have to bring that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, how do you do that? That's the thing. Like, how do you? First of all, I don't want you to hate white people as a black leader. That's not what needs to happen. You have to like just.
That's silky. I like this. I like that color. That's just off topic, but I like. He's wearing, for those audio listeners, he's wearing a blue, like a navy blue, do rag.
Silky.
Yeah. You go ahead.
Like, just honestly, man, I feel like the person who can do it and still can do it, but should have did it, but still can do it, is Obama.
No.
I know you as a Trump supporter, you don't like
Obama.
Do that.
Don't do that.
Obama could have did that.
Obama can't do that because the thing is, you need somebody who comes from the trenches. And be honest with you,
don't.
Yes, you do.
What?
You do.
For what?
You do. Not the trenches.
For
not the
what?
Listen,
we're not the trenches, and I hate that fucking.
Listen, not the trenches. Not the trenches like Lil Durk trenches. I'm talking about like say if Kara was black, right? If Kara was black, etc., right? And I dedicated my life to only black cause, right? I'm not from the Lil Durk Shy Rat trenches. I'm not, but I am from. I do understand the problems that are. We need like a local mayor who's dedicated his life to helping black youth. We need something like that.
We just need someone who can bring us together, bro. And he had the opportunity, and still does really have the opportunity to bring us together.
But he's never known. But
niggas love
actual
Obama,
struggle.
Bro.
But why? Because he's black. That's it. That's not enough.
That's not it. He's a likable person. He's a likable person too.
Bro, but the main reason why people liked Obama off rip was because he was black. Tell me I'm wrong.
He was likable. And he was likable.
Tell me, all right, but tell me I'm wrong. The main reason, but all right, he was likable. But the thing is, you need somebody. I don't think Obama. When I saw Obama, got the cat at the door. When I saw Obama, I didn't think off rip, this man, he understands the black struggle. He understands the black struggle to the point where he understands like the systematic oppression or the mental oppression that goes on in black neighborhoods, or suppression, I should say, of black success in our neighborhood, minority neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you would have to be either deaf or blind to be a black politician and not understand what this country does to black people.
To understand it and to experience it, I feel like it's two different things. Like, to be from it, you understand it and experience it. But to understand something,
you don't think he experienced it going through the ranks of?
He was a middle class. He was a higher upper middle class
Bro, it doesn't. I fucking hate that shit, bro. It doesn't matter how much money we have. We all go through the same shit. It's just in different ways, bro. It's in different ways. You think about the comfort you have if you're a black person and everyone who you see, everyone who around you, everyone who you go to school with is black.
Yeah.
Now think about the uncomfort you have if you're the only black person inside of an all-white school and your family has money. Think about how that is growing up, bro. That's not, it's two different struggles, bro. You can't just say they don't have a struggle because they have money. It's not, the black struggle is not, doesn't depend on whether we have money or not.
Yo, thank you everybody for listening. This has been
all right.
All right. Everybody. Thank you everybody for
every nigga's gonna agree with me on that one.
At
least the ones that aren't broke.
How about
broke people always talking about, if I had money, racism wouldn't exist.
Everybody, this has been an amazing. This has been an amazing podcast, and it went exactly the way I thought it would go. Talking about the important black issues, we will have to bring these back up in a sequel, not direct probably, because we gotta talk about current events. There's a lot happening. Next pod. But
we skipped a lot of stuff this week.
We skipped a lot of stuff this week. Yeah. So next week we're definitely gonna have to come back. But guys, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you guys. Again, first time listeners, thank you so much for checking us out. If you're watching us on YouTube, appreciate it. If you're sharing this, thank you. If you're liking this, thank you. If you're DMing it to somebody to talk shit about it, thank you so much for the DM. I appreciate you guys. TJ, do you have anything to say?
No, not really. I appreciate the support already. I know we're gonna blow up, but all the others with us right here at the beginning, I want to say thank you right now.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, thank you. This has been another Daily Dilemma podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. And peace out until episode 4, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, we look to engage with you guys.
Delights.
Oh, Shop Aroma Delights. We also actually just started a Discord, which the link for that will be in the description of this video on YouTube, and on if you're listening on Spotify or anything like that, you can follow our Discord after you follow our Instagram. Which
it's on our link tree, which has our the links to everything, so you'll see everything there. Just look at our link tree.
Yep. So thank you so much, guys, for listening. Again, we appreciate you. I obviously beat TJ in this dilemma. So we will re-up next podcast. Love you guys.